Here's something crazy to think about. The AI market is expected to hit $1.8 trillion by 2030. That's trillion with a T. And right now, we're watching governments and tech giants pour billions into AI infrastructures like there's no tomorrow. Google just dropped another 100 billion into AI. Microsoft is writing checks left and right. China committed $150 billion to AI development. Meanwhile, most people are using AI to write grocery lists or ask what to have for dinner. I'm not judging. When something new shows up, we naturally use it for basic stuff first. But here's the thing, while some people are using AI to plan their weekends, others are building businesses that generate more monthly income than most people make in a year. So what I'm going to be breaking down to you today are 5 specific directions you can take in AI that will actually make you money. These aren't random opportunities. These are proven paths where people are actually already seeing real results. And if you block out all the noise and just focus on one of these, there's no reason you can't be successful. Think of this like the 1849 gold rush, except you don't need to pack up your life and travel across the country. You can sit exactly where you are, open your laptop, and start tapping into one of the biggest shifts in how we work and make money. The barrier to entry has never been lower, but the potential upside has never been higher. But here's a catch. This window won't stay open forever. The people who move now, while things are still relatively open, are going to be the ones who benefit most. Once everyone catches up and AI becomes completely mainstream, the advantage starts to disappear. So let's dive into these 5 paths. Path number 1, AI voice agents. Voice agents are absolutely crushing it right now, and there's a simple reason why they are working so well. They solve a clear, specific problem that businesses already understand. Think about it this way. Every business with a phone has someone answering calls, making appointments, qualifying leads, or handling customer questions. Voice agents can step in and do these exact same tasks, but they never sleep, never take breaks, and cost a fraction of what a human employee costs. Recent case studies show businesses using AI voice agents for things like receptionist work, outbound sales qualification, and appointment setting. Small businesses especially are seeing real ROI from these systems. They are not some futuristic concept. They are being deployed right now and generating measurable results. The beauty of voice agents is that you're not selling some abstract AI concept. You're offering to swap out an existing system with something that works better. A business owner can immediately understand the value because they're already paying someone to do their job. If voice agents interest you at all, that's a great sign. You will succeed at what you're genuinely interested in. And right now, there's more than enough free information available to get started. You could build an agency around voice agents, create your own community and educational content, or even develop software solutions in this space. Path number 2, AI workflow automation. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Workflow automation, that's been around forever. And you're right, but here's why it matters more now than ever before. AI workflow automation provides clear ROI for small businesses. Where you can show a business owner how to save 10 hours a week on repetitive tasks, that's money directly back in their pocket. It's tangible, it's measurable, it's something they will actually pay for. The tools are getting better too. Platforms are introducing features where you can basically type what you want in a text box and it builds the workflow for you. The barrier to creating these systems keeps dropping, which means you can deliver results faster and take on more clients. Here's the thing people miss though. Just because the tools are getting easier doesn't mean businesses will do it themselves. Most business owners don't want to spend their time learning automation platforms. They want someone to come in, understand their problems, and fix them. That's where the opportunity is. If you develop workflow automation skills, you have a valuable skill set that translates across industries. Whether you're working with fitness coaches, consultants, or local service businesses, everyone has repetitive tasks they need automated. And as a beginner, this is one of the most accessible paths. You can start learning today and be delivering paid projects within weeks, not months. Path number 3, vibe coding and AI-powered development. This one is really interesting for anyone who's ever thought about building software but felt overwhelmed by traditional coding. The new wave of AI coding tools lets you create functional software by describing what you want. You don't need a computer science degree. You don't need years of experience. You can start building real things immediately. Here's a practical way to approach this. Start by building simple websites and landing pages for local businesses. Look around your area and find businesses with outdated or terrible websites. Then use AI coding tools to build them something better before you even talk to them. Imagine walking into a business and saying, "I built this for you. Do you want it?" You're showing them the finished product. They are demonstrating the gap between where they are and where they could be. That makes the sales conversation completely different. As you build these skills, you can gradually move into more complex projects. Maybe you start creating custom web apps for clients or internal tools they use. Within a year or 18 months of consistent practice, you could be functioning as a full developer, even without traditional training. The key complementary skills to pick up are things like using GitHub, understanding how to deploy applications, and managing code bases. But you can learn all of these while making money along the way. This path creates what people call the AI native developer, someone who can prompt their way to working software and iteratively improve it. If someone was starting fresh today, this would be an incredibly valuable direction to explore. Path number 4, AI image and video generation. The creative side of AI is exploding right now. We are seeing massive leaps in what's possible with image generation, video creation, and deepfake technology. Tools are getting more sophisticated by the week. Some creators are building entire audiences around teaching those tools. They're making content that breaks down how to use various platforms, creating courses, and helping people understand what's possible. Others are building these capabilities into systems for businesses. Think about a business that needs to create dozens of campaign variations. Instead of hiring a whole creative team, they could use AI to generate concepts, then have a human review and select the best ones. The efficiency gains are massive. But here's where it gets really powerful. When you combine creative AI tools with workflow automation skills, you can create looping systems. Imagine telling an AI to generate 10 image variations, then having another AI evaluate which ones are best, then automatically refining based on specific criteria. That kind of system creates leverage that wasn't possible before. The market for this is wide open. Whether you focus on teaching people how to use these tools or building creative solutions for businesses, there's real money to be made. Just make sure you're focused on solving actual business problems, not just creating cool demos. Path number 5, AI consulting. This one requires a bit more explanation because consulting can mean different things to different people. There's a huge need right now for people who can help businesses understand how AI fits into their operations. Many companies know they should be using AI, but they don't know where to start or what's actually realistic versus overhyped. The AI audit model is working really well for agencies right now. You go into a company, interview their team, understand their processes, identify opportunities for AI integration, and deliver a roadmap. These audits can range from a few hundred to several $1,000s depending on company size. Now here's the important part. If you're going to position yourself as a consultant, you need credibility. That either comes from having done implementation work before or from documented consulting results. You can't just slap AI consultant in your LinkedIn bio after watching a few videos. The path many people take is starting with consulting, partnering with technical providers for implementation, and building up case studies. As you generate revenue from consulting, you can hire developers and eventually build your own agency. Creating content is essential for building credibility as a consultant. You need to demonstrate your understanding publicly so people have a reason to trust you. Then when you land consulting projects, you can connect clients with the right technical partners and take a referral fee while building your reputation. Before we wrap up, let's talk about what all of these paths have in common, because understanding this will change how you approach any of them. AI is not the business model. AI is infrastructure. It's a foundation that enables new ways of creating value. Think back to the internet boom. The people who got rich weren't necessarily the ones who understood network protocols. They were the people who used the internet as infrastructure to solve real problems. Amazon used it to sell books and eventually everything. Google used it to organize information. The internet itself wasn't a product. It was a tool that made new products possible. AI works the same way. A freelance designer using AI to compress an 8-hour branding project into 2 hours isn't selling AI services. They're selling branding, just delivering it faster and more efficiently. The client doesn't care about the AI, they care about getting their brand identity. This is crucial. Your customers don't want AI, they want solutions to their problems. They want better results, faster delivery, lower costs, easier processes. AI is just an invincible infrastructure that helps you deliver those outcomes better than anyone using old methods. Once you really understand this, everything changes. You stop asking, how do I sell AI? And start asking, what problems can I solve better because I have AI? That shift in thinking is what separates people building real businesses from people chasing trends. There's this deeply embedded belief that success is supposed to be painful, complicated, and slow. We've been conditioned to think that if something comes easily, it must not be valuable. But think about every major breakthrough in history. The printing press made information more accessible. Assembly lines made manufacturing more accessible. The internet made communication more accessible. Did these innovations create less value because they removed barriers? No. They created more value precisely because they made things easier. AI is doing the same thing right now. It's not making your work less valuable. It's making value creation more accessible. Here's the truth. Nobody cares about how many hours you put in. No one is tracking your effort or awarding you points for suffering. They care about results. Can you solve their problems? Can you deliver value? Can you do it better than alternatives? Speed wins in today's world. The business that delivers results faster gets the customers. The person who can adapt quickly dominates their market. That's what AI unlocks. The ability to skip busy work and focus on what actually creates value. What used to take weeks can now happen in hours. Writing sales copy that required years of study can be done effectively in minutes with AI. Market research that took weeks of analysis can be synthesized instantly. Content that required a full-time team can be produced by one person with the right tools. This doesn't mean success is effortless. The difficulty hasn't disappeared. It's just being transferred to the tools. You still need to think strategically, understand your market, and execute effectively. But the mechanical parts, the time-consuming parts, those can now happen at a completely different speed. Imagine you are at dinner and you need to cut a steak. If someone hands you a butter knife, you can technically do it, but it's a struggle. You're sawing back and forth, making a mess, getting frustrated. But if you have a proper steak knife, one clean slice and you're done. Both are knives, but only one was designed for the job. The same applies to AI tools. Most people treat all AI the same. They open a general chatbot and try to use it for everything: building funnels, writing sales pages, creating strategies, drafting emails. Then they wonder why the results feel off. General AI tools are great for organizing thoughts or drafting basic content, but when you need something specific, you need specialized tools. Tools built for one clear outcome, not trying to do everything. Specialized tools eliminate the learning curve and put professional results directly in your hands. A presentation tool like Gamma AI does one thing exceptionally well, instead of trying to be everything to everyone. That's why these focused tools are gaining traction. When you choose the right tool for the job, you stop wasting time fighting with technology. You stop settling for mediocre results. You start getting output that makes people ask, how did you do that? Every major opportunity feels obvious in hindsight. People look back at trends like cryptocurrency or e-commerce and say they would have gotten in earlier if they realized the potential. But here's what they miss. Those opportunities didn't look like sure things at the time. Early cryptocurrency adopters faced skepticism. Early online retailers had to convince people it was safe to enter credit card information on websites. The people who won weren't necessarily smarter. They just recognized potential and moved while there was still friction in the market. Now, AI presents a similar window. The tools are here. They are faster, cheaper, and more capable than anything available before. But most people are still in experimentation mode, treating AI like a toy instead of infrastructure for building real businesses. That creates a temporary advantage. Even if you're not experienced or technical, even if you're starting from scratch, you can win right now. But you have to actually start. This window won't last. Each week, more people figure this out. More competitors enter the space, the advantage gets diluted. Once AI is completely mainstream and everyone is using the same tools the same way, the edge disappears. Early doesn't mean perfect. It means you move before everyone else figured out the full potential. Right now, we're at an inflection point. The people who take action now are the ones who will benefit most. Let's say you run a service business. Maybe you're a freelancer or running an agency. You trade your time for money. Every new client means more calls, more work, more of your direct involvement. There's a ceiling to the model. You can only work so many hours. You can only serve so many clients. Your income is directly tied to your time. But what if you could package your knowledge, your process, your system into something that works without you? That's what digital products do. They deliver value repeatedly without requiring your constant presence. Services were the way to get started for a long time. They still work, but if you stay there forever, you will always be limited by your capacity. Building products, especially using AI to build them and scale them, unlocks a different type of growth. AI helps you create products faster, deliver them more effectively, and update them based on feedback. When you combine AI infrastructure with product thinking, you create leverage that compounds over time. This is your evolution if you're serious about building wealth. Stop trading every hour for dollars. Start building systems that create value while you sleep. So, where does this leave you? You've got 5 clear paths: voice agents, workflow automations, AI-powered development, creative AI tools, consulting. Each one is already generating real income for people who have committed to it. The question isn't which one is best. The question is which one interests you most. You will succeed at what genuinely captures your attention. Try them out, something will spark. When you find a spark, you will know. But you have to make a decision and move. Because here's the reality. Most people will sit this out. They will stay stuck in the same patterns, treating AI like a novelty while convincing themselves they are still early. The window won't stay open. This is your chance to build something that doesn't just make money, but creates real leverage. Something that compounds, something that works while you sleep. You don't need permission, you don't need to relocate, you don't need to wait for the perfect moment. You just need to start and take the first step. And if you're serious about building your own one-person business using AI, there's a resource that can accelerate your path. And it's called the One Person Business Academy. It's a community with educational resources specifically designed for people starting their online business journey. Everything we've talked about today, the strategies, the tools, the mindset shifts, there's a structured path that takes you from where you are now to actually generating income. This isn't about theory. It's about taking action with the right guidance and support around you. If what you've heard today resonates and you're ready to move while this window is still open, check out the link in the description. The opportunity is here. The tools exist. The market is ready. The only question left is whether you will take action before everyone else figures this out. I'll see you in the next one.